windy.
Okay, so you guys need to pay attention. It's windy outside?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the temperature?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, you shouldn't know.
It's not a beautiful
What does your
80.
cell phone say? Of course, right, okay. So it's it's very clear, right? Clear and a little bit cool, a little bit windy this morning.
Same here.
And same there? Okay, good. No rain?
No rain.
Okay. Now, is your new student there?
Yes, we have two.
Okay, great.
Ready?
We are ready.
Okay, so you're over here. See right behind this computer right here? Okay, so right behind this computer, right there, right there. Yeah, see that's you in the corner there. Okay.
Good morning.
Go ahead. Talking to you.
Good morning. What is your name?
Nico McCoy.
Oh, okay. I did get an email from you, Nico. Thank you.
Good morning, sir.
Where is Nico from? Where does he live?
From Orange County. I live in LA now.
Orange County. But where do you live now?
Lakewood.
Lakewood. Anybody know where Lakewood is? Jesus? Is that off the 605?
That's correct.
I always say 605.
We have
Okay, what is Nico taking?
I am taking an
Accounting?
Yes.
Okay, good. And what did you do before coming to Larson, Nico?
I for massage as
Okay, Dennis, you have to translate.
Okay, what was that? Massage Envy.
Oh, okay. How is that business?
He said, how is it?
It's good.
It's like $49, right? For an hour?
He said, how much is it? He said, well, like, yeah, he said 49 pounds.
Okay. They've done a very good job of opening a lot of franchises around. Anybody know Massage Envy? Yeah. I think they have like 20 of them here in Las Vegas. Okay, great. So you are in very good hands with Dennis and Rose. Is this your second day or first day?
Second day.
Second day. Okay, so I think you're going to be very happy with Rose and Dennis and what you're going to learn in QuickBooks. Dennis, what are we doing when people pass the QuickBooks test?
Well, what they get their certificate in QuickBooks, but then also it should be prepared QuickBooks certification into it.
I thought we gave them like a $100 bonus.
Okay. They remind me that you think that.
Okay, so that's my recollection.
Oh.
And how many people there are taking QuickBooks?
Hey, you just hey,
Yes.
office with that one.
What?
Hey, you about the office with that one.
How many people have passed the QuickBooks exam?
We've had several passes into it, which is the one that with into it.
That's the one I'm talking about. How many people have passed the QuickBooks exam?
That one, to my remember, stayed, I think about 6 or 7. But it's a hard.
Well, that's why it's a $100 bonus.
Yeah, it's a hard.
So everybody needs to pass that. Okay, well, good. So Nico, we're glad that you're there. I will make sure to add you to my circles, so every day you will be invited to these events and it'll be on your calendar. Okay, great, terrific.
Okay, we have one more, sir.
Okay. Good morning. What is your name? Reuben. R-E-U. Is that how you spell R-E-U-B-E-N?
Are you?
R-U. Ruben. Okay, great. Ruben, where did you come in from?
I live in LA.
L.A. What part?
LA.
East L.A. So is that near Boyle Heights?
Not near the 605.
What?
He said it's not the 605.
Oh, near the 605. Okay, good. Now let's see. Jesus said Whittier.
It's not really big.
Whittier's right near the school. Okay, but you're from East LA, but isn't that where Boyle Heights is?
Yeah. In that. Yeah.
So Homeboy Industries, who we're trying to do some work with. The Jesuit priest at Homeboy, Father Boyle, is friends with the Jesuit priest that comes in and talks to our students, Father Max.
Oh.
So, and you've seen Father Max, right, Dennis?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, Father Boyle from Homeboy and Father Max from here are this. They're. I don't know that they're exact friends, but they know each other and they work together. So, good. What are you taking, Ruben?
We're keeping it.
Okay, good. So another person that's going to be taking the QuickBooks exam. And
Gotcha.
let's see, Ruben, would you please send me an email so I can add you to the circles and we will get your professional email accounts. Is this your second day?
Third.
First day.
Third day.
Third day. Okay, so you started on Thursday. Perfect. Good. Okay, well, welcome to Larson. Send me an email. We'll send you one back. And we'll go from there. We have one person here
Okay.
that we're going to introduce. Are you ready, Steve?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So this is, what is your name?
Good morning, California, and of course, fellow students here in Las Vegas. My name's Steve Johnson. I live in Paradise, Nevada, here in Las Vegas. It's a suburb of the city. And
Where, let's see, that's off of, oh, it's off of Paradise, right?
yes, off of Paradise,
Near the
just east
Hilton?
of the Wynn Casino.
East of the Wind, okay. So that's sort of near the convention center, right?
Yes, you can walk. I can see the convention center from my home.
Okay. So Steve is a veteran.
I'm a veteran. I spent 20 years in the military, and I'm semi-retired. When I left the military, I invested in some real estate and fixed up some houses, and I sold some stuff on eBay and so forth, and I'm here at Larson so that I can learn how to communicate in business. I'm taking the business communications and sales program here.
Good. What branch?
Branch U.S. Army.
Not Semper Fi. Right? Okay, now the other thing is, Steve looks very young for his age. Right?
I don't know. I feel like I'm 60 and I'm 60 years old, so if you think I look young for my age, well, God bless you.
What would you say, Brittany? Does he look 60?
Yeah.
I'd say like 58.
It's funny because I'm older than,
Yeah.
you know, Ed here by a year, so.
I say 57.
57.
48.
Okay, 48, good. So there we go. Okay, so let's get started, everyone. Thank you, Steve.
Well,
Does anybody else want to say anything? Darren, you have anything you want to say?
Yeah.
You do? Okay, good. Perfect.
No, no.
Too late.
I just want to say hi to everybody.
Okay. How do?
I thought it was
All right, so calendars. We're going to talk about calendars again today. And, you know, there's one thing in life that is a one-way street, and that is time. And time is a thing that people take for granted until they don't have any time left, right? So if we have an appointment at a certain time, we have to get someplace. Like I have to get to a thing with the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I have to leave at about 10:26 to get there in time. Time is a very precious commodity that most of us take for granted until we're running short of it. Yes, John.
Time is the fire that consumes us.
Time is the fire that consumes us. Okay.
That's just something.
Okay, something you heard or?
My mentor told me that when I was in my
Oh,
20s.
okay, time is the fire that consumes us. Now, depending upon where you're brought up, you're taught when you're late for something. So for example, in the Midwest, if you have an appointment at 10, what time are you late? Nope. What time? In California, what'd you say? 9:55?
But we know that.
At 10 o'clock.
Oh, okay, so from the Midwest, if you're like from the Farm Belt, you know, not Chicago, but from the Midwest, if you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. That's what people are brought up to believe there. If you're not 10 minutes early, you're late. I grew up in the Bay Area, just on the other side of the bay from Silicon Valley. And there, if you have an appointment at 10, the expectation is you're walking in the door as the clock is striking 10, because it's very precise. So the attitude is anybody can get there 10 minutes early, and anybody can be late. But only really good people can walk in exactly when they're supposed to be there. And if you think about it, Silicon Valley is based upon that regarding manufacturing and how computers work. They all have clocks in them. They have to work perfectly. They can't just kind of work. They have to be extremely precise. Now in Southern California, the attitude is generally like, as long as you show up, you're not late. Right? Okay? Or, you know, that might not be politically correct. So you might say, well, 10 after. If you're there after 10 after, it's okay because traffic is so difficult in LA, you get a 10-minute break. In Las Vegas, when you're dealing with the casinos, if you're late, they will accept you probably for the meeting, but they'll kind of write you off. That you get one chance to make a good first impression. And so one of the things to get in tune with is wherever you are is to find out when are you late for a meeting and who is it that you're meeting with to be late. That's how important time is. A lot of people do not like it when somebody is late. And there's not really an excuse. There could be an excuse for being late, but what's there not an excuse for, Steve?
Not calling and saying you're not gonna show
Yeah,
up.
not letting him know. Okay, today, if everybody has a smartphone, it's very easy to send a text saying I'm running 5 minutes late, I'm running 10 minutes late. So the fundamental thing to be a good employee is, and everybody should write this down in their books. Get your books out under important thoughts. This is a basic idea, basic premise for being successful at work is to set reasonable expectations and this means then, the sideways horseshoe in logic means then, and then exceed them. Set reasonable expectations and then exceed them. What happens if you set crazy expectations with somebody, they don't believe you can do it, and then you don't do it? What is the attitude of the other person? Do they say, it's okay, because it was unreasonable anyway? No. What do they say, Brittany?
Probably you're crazy.
Well, yeah, they start with, why did you set that unreasonable expectation? Why did you tell me you were going to do something that was not reasonable? And most people that you make a bargain for exchange, okay, I'll meet you there at 10 o'clock next Tuesday. If it's unreasonable, if you say that, and you say, because I'm driving in from LA that morning, but I'll be here at 10, I'm leaving at 7 from LA, I'll be here at 10. Most of the people aren't going to say, you're crazy, you can't make it by 10. They'll just let you go with it. It's your duty to set the reasonable expectation. It is not the other person's duty. If they come up with something that's unreasonable, you need to say, I don't think I can do that. You always need to go for setting reasonable expectations. If you set reasonable expectations with people and you do it, what happens? What's the result, Jesus? Huh? Here I go? You set a reasonable expectation and you do it. What's the other people side think when you do it? They think, good. He said he was going to do it and he did it. Okay? Okay. This is what we agreed to and this is what you gave me. You said, for 2 soups you'll cut my hair, or I'll cut your hair for 2 soups. You gave me the 2 soups, I cut your hair, or vice versa. Reasonable. Okay? Good people, so you should always go to that level, but good people always give more. They exceed the reasonable expectation. So that would be, I say, if you cut my hair, I'll give you 2 soups. But then after you're done, I say, wow, this is really a good job. Here's a third, I'm going to give you 3 soups. Did I exceed your expectations?
Yes.
Yeah, what did you expect? 2. You expected 2 soups. I gave you how many? 3. I gave you 3 soups. So I exceeded your expectations. You feel good. So then, or let's say it's coffee, right? If you give somebody, if you say, I'm going to give you coffee, I'm going to give you a bag of coffee, and let's say you didn't really like the haircut. Now what? You feel bad, right?
Yeah.
Because you didn't have to give them a thing of coffee. They didn't live up to your expectation.
Push the hairline back.
Huh?
They push the hairline back.
Yeah. They do something bad. So what you want to do is set reasonable expectations. And I don't know that a bag of coffee is reasonable unless you say, I expect the best haircut, or you know what? I'm going to give you a bag of coffee, but as soon as I walk in, I go to the front of the line. That doesn't usually work at fire camp. Okay. But you got to set reasonable expectations. And so if you agree to give more and you don't get what you want, how do you feel? Like you wasted some coffee, right?
Yeah.
And so it's not good. So that might be an unreasonable expectation to say, I'm going to pay you for a really good haircut. I expect a good haircut, but I expect a really good haircut, but maybe the guy can't give you a really good haircut. So that's kind of a risky type of thing. The best strategy, the safest strategy, the thing that always works is if you set reasonable expectations and then you exceed them. So that's kind of like give more than you get. Here's what I agreed to do. I did more than that, and the other person might reciprocate, but at least they're going to be happy and they're going to want to do business with you. So, today, but what were we going to focus on today with calendar? What does it say in our class?
Events.
Events. Okay, how do we create an event on the calendar? So I'm going to share my calendar.
On Google Plus.
What?
You going to Google Plus?
Okay, how do I? Okay, so now here's my calendar. How do I create an event on my calendar? Kevin, how do I create an event?
Okay.
Yeah,
Click on the red square box in the top.
that says what?
Create.
It says create, okay? So I create an event by pushing the button that says create.
And you want to add someone.
Okay, and when I do that, the safest thing to do in Google in all apps is you start at the top and you work your way down. So what is the event? When is the event? What time is the event? Does it repeat? Where is it? What calendar? What's a description? Add an attachment, add guests, etc. Okay, but in the next 5 minutes, what I want to do is I want everybody to go to the gear over on the right and click on settings. Because I want to make sure our calendars are properly set up. And what I want you to do is go to labs. So click on the gear. You don't know where the gear is?
I don't know Google Plus.
Mine's
Okay, we're
is
talking
in,
about calendar.
mine's is in French.
Okay, well, Phyllis is going to have to help you on that. Okay, so we're on calendar settings. We're on labs. Okay, go to labs. I'm going to go through this one more time and just follow the order that I'm going in. Your order might be different because your labs might not be set up. So hide morning and night, enable that. Gentle notifications, enable that.
Wait, unable?
Enable. Automatically declining events, enable. Who's my one-in-one with? Enable. Year view, enable. Background images, this is something that should be disabled. People here like to customize this stuff. It's a bad habit to get into because when you go to work and they see your pictures of the ocean on there, they're going to think this person doesn't really care about us. So if you're going to do a background image, it should be about the business, the people paying you. They don't want to think they're paying you, so while you're there, you're thinking about surfing. So background image, you should disable that. Free or busy, enable. Jump to date, enable. Next meeting, enable. World clock, you should enable that. Most businesses now do business with people in other parts of the world.
So next meeting enable?
Next meeting, enable. World clock, enable.
Wait.
And then save. But there's another thing we need to go to. And that is we need to make sure that you can add, maybe it's automatic now. There used to be a thing that you had to make sure that you could attach a document. So let's click on Create Event. Go back to your calendar, Create Event. And does everybody have a thing below description right here that says Add Event or Add Attachment? You have that, Kevin? Okay, good. So it didn't used to be that way. Okay, so I want to check one more thing.
We'll click on that attachment director.
No, I just want to make sure you have it. Because last year, Add Attachment wasn't automatically. Okay, I'm just going to quickly look at the other things we're going to do today. Everybody should have looked at this event. This is where our new campus is going to be. Okay, let's see, review today. Okay, watch the video. Second, create events. Okay, so this is now hooking us back into last week. In Gmail, how do you create an event in Gmail?
Click on the email.
Open
that
the
has
email.
event in it.
Open the email. No, just open an email.
Right,
When that email is open, you click on the More button.
right.
And the third choice from the bottom is going to say create an event. So what did we say we need to do if somebody says, hey, let's meet in the future to go, somebody sends you an email, says, hey, let's meet in the future and go do something. What are we supposed to do now?
I'm trying to find where you're at right there.
Okay, I'm on this event, today's Google Plus. Okay, so I'm looking at our notes. So you create an event in Gmail. Somebody sends you an email that says, let's meet at a certain place in the future. Instead of replying, you click the More button, you click Create Event, it takes you to the calendar, and you create an event in the calendar, which is the same thing as if I go to the calendar and I click the Create Event button. So everybody's screen, now let's go back up to the gear one more time. Go to the gear and make sure under display density it says compact. So click on the gear and then click compact. You're in calendar. You should have a tab at the top that is your calendar tab. Okay, so now you should have on the right side your jump to date, next meeting, year view, free or busy, world clock. So all of these tools should be on your screen. If they're not, you need to go back to labs, enable those things and click save, because you might not have saved it. Okay, so what we're going to do for the rest of the hour is we're going to go back and populate our 3 calendars. So what 3 calendars do you have, Sandra?
Working calendar and school calendar.
And?
My calendar? I don't know.
Rest, guest day, things to do.
Things to do.
Things done.
Things
Yeah.
done.
Res gesti. Okay, good. Okay,
Res Jeski, that's right. It's on my
Jeski,
folder.
that's Polish.
Res.
This is Latin.
G-E-S-T-A-E.
Okay. Huh?
G-E-S-T-A-E.
Correct. Okay, good. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of the time is go populate your calendars. So let's talk for a second about your work calendar. What you should have on there is when you plan to get your employment by. When you're going to add to that when you're going to start doing interviews. And you're going to keep track of the interviews and things that you went on. So think of the calendar as something in the future and also a record of the things that you've done in the past. So any important dates you should add to your calendar, or like I do, I have a calendar that's just called Res Gesti, things done. It's all of the important stuff. Okay, so that's my cue. Hello?
I slept good. Not really. Late. I was late.
Okay, later.
Or what? Res G stay, this thing's done, right? It means things done, right? Yeah. I can't pull it up, it says things due. Make it look good. What? Oh man, you guys are no good. You guys are no good.
Hey,
Description you want to say like.
I didn't do that right.
No, in parentheses, parentheses. Location, all things around. Go ahead and create. Click on my calendar. Just on my calendar. Click that.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
Good Lord.
Dennis?
Billy?
Did you have any questions?
No, we're fine. My email was, for the special address.
Say it one more time.
Did you get, I mean, you, yeah, professional address,
Some of them, some of the news I sent you, email.
The last 4 people?
The last four, correct.
It wasn't made already?
No, the last four people, no, they didn't have their email addresses that day. They were new.
If it was the 4 right after your list, I made them.
Oh, okay. Okay, let me send you that email then.
And it should just be their first name at larson-gladius.com.
Correct. Okay, I'll check the email.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, thank
Bill
you.
Bell.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye.